Good evening, everybody. I'm here obviously to talk about the recent Bearing situation, where Bearing's channel has been taken down. Now, I am going to apologise first off for the large gap in video uploads. I have unfortunately been unwell. I'm not going to belabour the point with you. That's personal and none of you will really care. Now, the main part of what I'm going to respond to here is going to be Tim Demotavatoropinion. I'm going to look at his tweet and look at his video that he released later in the day. Basically, after Bearing's channel went down, it was originally believed that it was either somebody who Bearing had made a response video to who didn't appreciate it, or it may have been somebody who just didn't like Bearing. Those were the theories at the time. It has come out that it is possible that the owners of the cartoon Total Drama Island or Total Drama Action may have taken this action against Bearing's channel because they hold the copyright on the bear in the programme, and it's almost identical to Bearing's. Now, Bearing has recently started up a new channel called Patrick, so I'm hoping that I can get Bearing content back up, because I'm a big fan, I'll admit it. Now, as for Tim, this is what I'm going to start going through. Now, up in front of me here is the tweet that was originally put up on Bearing's account by Tim Demotavatoropinion. Hope having your account terminated helps you develop empathy for the content creators you've constantly fucked over, douchebag. Now, it becomes one of these points where, to me, I see YouTube as a public forum. Now, anybody can get on this public forum, and not everybody's going to agree with you. Now, if I was to set up myself in a public forum somewhere like in the centre of my town and start shouting out my opinions, chances are I'm going to get people shouting back at me, telling me that they disagree, which I'm fine with. But what Tim's talking about is people have posted videos on the internet before. Bearing has put up a response which has basically said, I disagree with your opinion, not necessarily in very nice terms, but it's one of the ways he gets laughs. Bringing this video to the attention of people has had people go to that person's channel and say, we disagree with your opinion. Now, yeah, you will get the trolls that, haha, die faggot, whatever. That's not what we're talking about here. Now, after saying this, I did other things, came back later on the day, and this video had been posted. Now, I'm going to go through this, in my opinion, point by point.
Hello YouTube. So today there's been a whole bunch of drama because Bearing, the anti-feminist, his channel got shut down. He got a sudden 3-strike violation and they deleted his channel. I saw this and I decided to tweet something out about it. So I tweeted something to the effect of, I hope having your channel terminated will help you develop empathy towards other people whose channels you've destroyed, or something like that.
Now, as you're about to hear, Tim's about to start complaining about the backlash I got through Twitter, but I honestly don't understand what else he was expecting by posting this comment.
I'll put it up on the screen. Now, this set off kind of like a firestorm of people attacking me and going somewhat hysterical, doing a lot of kind of moralizing and trying to make me feel bad about my comment.
I just want to make perfectly clear here, I don't actually care about how Tim feels about this situation. I'm just very disheartened by the blatant double standard that he seems to hold in these situations.
I got all kinds of different angles that people were coming at it from. Some people were like, Tim, you're a bad person. I thought you were better than this, but you're against freedom of speech. I wouldn't even do this for my enemies. Getting their shit shut down. You're a monster. You were supposed to be the good feminist. You were supposed to be the good SJW. We trusted you, man. You know, I'm unsubscribing from you. You're a bad person.
At this section of the video, as you probably just saw there, there's a small annotation at the bottom of the screen that says that he doesn't call himself these terms, meaning social justice warrior or feminist. Now, being a Scotsman myself, I've got a saying here, if you flee with a cross, you'll get shot with a cross. In other words, if you hang about with these kind of people, online, whatever, you're going to be associated with them. So, you've just lost your right to complain about that one, in my opinion.
And then Sargon Vakad took it up, and then he tweeted about it, and he was all like,
Feminism
"You're a horrible
and
person,
autism.
you're a horrible man," and stuff. Which is so
Feminism
fascinating,
and
because like these
autism.
days
I
Sargon is really
wouldn't
into his
Feminism and
moral
autism.
policing of other people and saying
Feminism
they are
and
horrible
autism.
people.
I
I mean, and he
rape
still
her.
he hasn't apologized for us. I wouldn't even rape you thing. You know, the whole feminism was autistic thing. So I mean, I just can't take being told I'm a bad person from a guy like that who has a terrible track record very seriously. But he gets on his moral high horse, and you know, it's just like a swarm of fucking Twitter is trying to make me feel bad.
Now, you may not have heard at that point, but as the tweet was up on the screen from Sargon of Akkad, he had a loop of Sargon of Akkad saying, "I wouldn't even rape you," and something else. And the thing about it is, because the levels were so similar between his voice and Sargon's voice, it became very difficult to hear what he was talking about. But then he started basically saying, "Oh, well, Sargon of Akkad's got such a bad record, so why should I even care about him?" You probably shouldn't care about him, Tim. If he disagrees with you, that's fine. If you disagree with him, that's fine. But what good does it do you or this video to edit the audio in that way? That was just horrible. The only thing that you did is detract from your point, because I couldn't concentrate on what you were saying.
About my comment, but as per usual, they don't take the time to actually think about anything that I'm saying, because I have maintained all along, and people on my side have said all along, that our issue with Bering is the fact that he leads to all of this dogpiling on smaller channels, in my opinion, and you might not like that opinion, so it's going to be very difficult for you to listen to, because it's a different opinion.
Now, this part here, I'm actually going to both agree and disagree with Tim, because as I've said before, the way I see YouTube as a platform, it's a platform where anybody can stand up. And I would liken it to the middle of a public city, where if I was to set up and start shouting my opinions, people would disagree with me. Now, let's just say, for example, that somebody that I know has been in the middle of town, heard somebody talking whatever they believe in, and I've run into them on the way past, and they've said to me, "You should hear what's happening in the middle of town." Why? What's happening? Or there's this person there that's got all these mad ideas. I would probably then head along to check it out. And if I seriously disagreed with what the person was saying, I would probably start shouting that I disagree. So, again, it's not what I would call dogpiling, because it's not like he's getting in touch with these people and saying, "Everybody, go to this channel." It's merely a point where he's bringing up and saying, "I have found this video has been sent to me, whatever. I personally disagree with it. Here are the points I disagree with," and leaving a link up to the original. Now, the problem with the opinions of people like Tim is he claims this to be dogpiling, but because of the way that the videos are edited, if he didn't leave a link to the original video in the post, he would be accused of editing it out of context. So this then becomes an unwinnable argument with the people like Tim.
So it has to be evil, and I have to be a very bad person for having this different opinion.
I will take this opportunity to say right now, Tim, I do not believe you're evil. I believe your opinion's different to mine. Now, while in my own personal opinion, my opinion is right, I am open to the idea that my opinion may be wrong. But I am not going to dogpile on you, as you would put it, to say that you are wrong. I am merely voicing my opinion that you are wrong.
The function of Bering's channel has been to consistently and constantly make videos about tiny YouTube channels and feminist channels, which leads to a massive harassment and dogpiling, people saying you're a faggot, you're a cunt, you're an idiot, you're a cocksucking motherfucking whore, all over their videos and all over their channel, and that intimidates them into silence, and they shut down their fucking channel. And then the Bering fans come to me and they say, "Oh, your problem with Bering is his opinions and his views. You don't like them, they're too challenging for you, that's the issue here." And that has never been the issue, that was never my fucking argument. So, I mean, like Charming Man 93, this anti-feminist dude, comes at me like, "You just don't like his opinions. The thing you don't like about Bering is that he's got a different point." No, it was never about that. Ever. I actually don't care what his opinions are. I don't care what Bering's point of view is. He's got his opinion about stuff. Fine, that doesn't fucking matter, but I can see the function of his channel, which is over and over and over and over and over, and it's just such an obvious pattern that you see it again and again and again and again and again. his subs constantly harassing and attacking these channels over and over and over, and it silences their fucking voice, because if you are a tiny channel, you don't know how to fucking deal with that. So all the time they just shut down their channel, they shut down their videos, and then people gloat over it. And they're like, this is fantastic, we've shut down this person's voice, that's great. And then they say, oh, that person chose to shut it down, you know? So when there's mass harassment, they chose to get offended, it was their fault. So they just blame the fucking victim.
This to me isn't victim blaming as you would put it, Tim. The way I see the whole situation with the discussion on YouTube is, if you're going to put your opinions out there. Now, the one that really confuses me is the feminists that are constantly talking about things like, oh, we've raised these points to start a discussion, but the comments and ratings are disabled on their videos, which to me is only to hide the fact that they know their opinions are unpopular and probably not true. Now, you're talking about smaller channels, and I'm going to say right now, a lot of these smaller feminist channels that Bearing has gone up against, yeah, a lot of them are young, dumb and living off mum, as you would put it. They don't know any better. But that's part of the problem to me. If you're not willing to do your own research, don't spout the opinions. Biggest example that I can give of that one is the 1 in 5 women are going to be sexually assaulted in colleges and universities in the Western world, which even the authors of the study were saying, don't use this, it's inaccurate. But it still gets parroted as regular as clockwork. Now, people like myself, like Bearing, yeah, Bearing does make money out of the videos that he posts, but we're not disagreeing with the ability of other people to speak. We're disagreeing with other people to spread disinformation. And if your opinion is so fragile that a few people on your channel disagreeing with you is enough for you to close your entire channel, then you obviously aren't very invested in it. Now, it may be personal here, but my channel, I may shut it down just because of the fact that I'm not well at the moment, as I've already discussed. But my channel will never be shut down because people are coming here to disagree with my opinion. And my comment section will never close. I actually want to have discussions. And I want to have some of you challenged. Because if I'm wrong, I would rather know. I would rather not live in an echo chamber like a lot of these young feminists, young whatever, seem to live in, which is why the videos garner so much attention.
And then Bearing makes money off that. He just sucks off the fucking corpses of these channels that he's been crushing over and over again. So he's not the good guy in this. He is not the good guy, and he's antithetical to free fucking speech. He's never been the good guy in this. And that's the fucking argument that I've been making the whole goddamn time. But people do not listen. They don't care.
Channels like myself, like Bearing, like Undoomed, Sargon of Akkad, etc., etc., we're not here on YouTube to be the good guy. We're simply here to be the counterpoint to what is being spread. Now, the unfortunate thing that you don't seem to realise here, Tim, is that if you didn't have the counterpoint, your word would be taken as gospel. And that is the echo chamber that you all seem to look for. Now, myself, as I've already said, I'm not interested in living in an echo chamber. I want to have a diverse range of opinions. Some of them I will think are wrong, but some of them I may agree with. And how else am I supposed to find out which ones I agree with without the discussion? Now, people like yourself seem to be quite content to try and shut the discussion down by simply claiming that channels like Undoomed, Bearing, Amazing Atheist, Sargon of Akkad, they're bully videos and they're picking on these smaller feminists, blah, blah, blah. The way I personally see it is that if people weren't going against the narrative that's been spread by these feminists, smaller feminists like Lacey Green, Anita Sarkeesian, there would be no counterpoint. We have to keep a level playing field here. If we all had one opinion, it would be a nightmare. And things that are factually incorrect would be pushed.
What my actual argument is, they don't engage with that. They just come along and they say, you don't like his opinions, that's the problem. Well, I've never had the same sort of particular point of view about Sargon of Akkad, for example. I know that, like, his subs have gone off and harassed a whole bunch of people, but it's not really as systematic, and it's not as monolithic as the way it's done on Bearing's channel.
Now here, Tim, I am going to bring in the point that on videos that have been released by the likes of Bearing, by Sargonificad, whoever, that have had links to the original videos in them. I have personally followed those links. Not because of the fact I'm going there to downrate the video. I prefer to check my own sources. It's just something that I've always done. So I would prefer that if somebody says, here's a video I found, I would rather go and watch the video myself. Because yes, I will concede there is the chance that it has been edited in a way that makes it look worse than it is. So I would rather go and watch the original video. And yes, well, I've been there. If I seriously disagree with the video, I will downrate it. I will leave a comment that says something along the lines of what I've said here. I'd like to think that I haven't been overly harsh with you here, Tim. But I will leave comments on videos that say things like, for example, the 1 in 5 rape scenario, as I've already mentioned. It's known to be inaccurate. It's known that even the authors of the study know it's inaccurate, so it shouldn't be used. Things like that I will post in comments and videos. I don't personally find this to be harassment. I just personally find it to be, let's have this discussion, but let's make sure the facts are accurate.
So I don't go after him in the same way. Why don't I go after Sargonificad in the exact same way that I go after Bearing? You know, and he's got opinions which I like just as little as Bearing's. Is there something magical and special about Bearing? No, it's because I can see the function of his channel. I can see what happens on his fucking channel. I use my goddamn eyes. And then these stupid fucking Twitterers come along, and commenters, and they say, ha, we got you, Tim. When did he tell his fans to attack them? When did he tell them to do it? And that was never my argument. I never said that he was telling them to do it. I said that's the function. That's the byproduct of his channel. You know, for better or worse, that's just what it is. That's how it works. And then, oh, you know, these channels will get attacked anyways, just by other people. So I guess when you see, like, a hive of people attacking a video, that would have happened anyways, you know? Just ignore the fact that it's always under Bearing's name in these specific instances. I'm sure, like, that just would have happened anyways. So, I mean, how come we don't see that really occur, except when we have other channels like Undoomed, for example, who I was going to make a video about but didn't get around to doing. We see the exact same behavior because he does the exact same thing. If I made a video about Undoomed, it would be kind of similar to the way they talk about Bearing. Is it because I have any particular issue with Undoomed's opinions? No, actually, no, I don't give a fuck what his opinions are. Fuck his opinions. He seems like a cunt. Fuck that guy. And I don't give a fuck what Bearing's opinions are because he's an obtuse fucking arsehole. And everyone's like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's not a fucking nice guy. The way that he treats people is shit. It's just you're not on the receiving end of that, so you think that he's a nice guy.
Now, for this section of your video here, Tim, I am going to concede the point that, yeah, I can honestly see where you are coming from and the way that you think about when Bearing, Undoomed, whoever, posts a video, posts the original link, saying, this is what this person said. I can honestly see why it is you would possibly take it as this may be a bit bullying. But that is not the intention of the channel. And the other point that I want to raise to you here is, you seem to know a lot about Bearing. Do you know him personally? For all you know, this channel could simply be trolling. It could be somebody taking the utter piss. Bearing, for all you know, could be a rabid SJW feminist and does this for shits and giggles. We don't know, so I don't see why it is that you're making comments on his personality. We can only really comment on what we see online here. But even at that, I still stand by the ground that these videos are not there to raise attention to the videos and make people attack them. These videos are simply there to raise an awareness of these videos and push the discussion forward as to why these people are wrong. Now, as I've already said, yes, I will concede why you would possibly think that that would be a bit bullying, but it's not.
Somebody said, we could get your channel taken down for your opinions, or the way that you've responded to people. And I would say, well, alright. I mean, fine, but I think my conscience would be clear because I don't see mass harassment going on in my name. Show me where anybody is harassing anyone in the name of my channel and I'll fucking call it out. I don't give a shit, and I'll say, don't subscribe to me, fuck you.
I'm going to take the opportunity here to say, well done, Tim. I actually agree with your sentiment there. If somebody was to be acting out of sorts in your character, I actually believe you when you say that if somebody was doing something in your name that you disagreed with, you would tell them to stop, you would tell them to not subscribe to you, whatever. Now, Bearing, who you have made this video mainly about, has done that in the past. He has said on his channel that he doesn't condone people going to other people's videos and trolling them things like that. So, you're not actually that different in that account. But honestly, to raise that point, if something was to happen to your channel, where your channel was to be flagged down, if you were to start a petition, we'll say, for example, to say my channel was brought down wrongly, sign this petition to hopefully raise it to YouTube so that we can get my channel reinstated, I would sign it. Where my opinion is that even though I disagree with you, I still believe you have the right to say what you're saying. Just as much as I, Bearing, Undoomed, whoever, have the right to raise their opinion that they disagree.
Because you have some power over the way that you run your channel. That's the whole fucking point. So what I was saying is, oh, you've had your livelihood destroyed, you've had your channel shut down, maybe you know how it feels to have your fucking channel shut down.
Tim, do you not honestly understand the backlash that you're getting here? Because you've just raised a very valid point in the backlash that you're getting. His livelihood has been destroyed. YouTube had become his full-time job. And it's gone. And yes, while I can possibly even concede and say you weren't doing this out of spite, you were just trying to make the point, blah, blah, blah. Do you not see the fact that this is worse than having a YouTube feminist shut her channel down who's had like 500 subscribers versus a channel with enough subscribers that he was making money and supporting himself and his girlfriend through it, and now it's gone?
But all of these people come to me now, hand-wringing, oh, moralizing. You're supposed to be fucking sad that this guy who spent his entire YouTube career just bilking off other channels and crushing them and destroying their voice. You're supposed to feel sad that this fucking asshole got shut down. Fuck no! I'm not fucking sad about that. And then all this moralizing and this fucking hand-wringing. Like, you tell me that I'm a bad person and I'm supposed to cry about that? Absolutely, go fuck yourself. You don't even care about any of the shit that's gone on in the name of Bearing's channel. You just don't care about that.
Now, I'm going to jump in here, Tim. I'm honestly going to say to you here, I don't believe you're a bad person. Through everything that you seem to believe that it should be done because it's right. Now, while I vehemently disagree with you, I honestly can at least say that you believe you're doing the right thing for the right reasons. So, that part of the backlash, I will not condone. I don't believe that it was malicious in the tweet, but you're bound to see in at least some way why you got the backlash.
So you've got no high horse, you've got no, like, moral leg to stand on. You're fucking full of shit. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's ridiculous that these people behave this way, and then they turn around and they act like SJWs. All this, you should feel bad and you're a bad person. Well, who the fuck are you? What's the difference between you saying that and somebody from my side saying, well, for example, you shouldn't call people autistic because that's mean. I literally just had an opinion that you don't like, and now you're fucking crying about it. And you know what? The only reason that that's significant is that it's hypocritical. It's false outrage. How the fuck am I supposed to be sad about that? Doesn't matter how much you people dogpile me. I don't care. Like, your hypocrisy, I mean, that's great. Just enjoy your double standards. Really good for you. So I just said, maybe now you'll have more empathy. But that won't happen. He will continue to do what he's doing, which is causing, over and over again, the specific channels that he interacts with to get dogpiled, harassed, and bullied.
Now, Tim, I've already raised my opinions on this point. I honestly hope that through Bearing's other channels, he is going to continue to do what he's been doing, because I don't believe that it's any form of bullying that's been happening on his channel, but I do believe that the counter to what some of these people have been saying is required. Now, again, you're free to disagree with me on this, you're free to agree, whatever, and even through this single video, if you were to analyse it close enough, you're probably going to pick up on points, even from myself, that contradict each other in one video. And that's just the human condition, I suppose you would call it. We're a bag of contradictions, all of us.
That's what I'll keep doing, and you'll continue being okay with it, because you are not the good moral person that you think you are. You know, that's just a fucking game. That's just something that you trot out when it's convenient, when you can attack somebody like me.
Again, how do you know these people aren't good moral people, Tim? For all you know, I could be an absolute saint in real life. You don't know these people. you can't make blanket statements about the fans of somebody else that you disagree with because they disagree with your opinions and they disagree with the way that you believe things should be done. Now, I'm going to take the situation here of the likes of Milo Stewart. Milo Stewart made the video that got her all the hate when she basically said all men are sexist, all straight cis people are homophobic and transphobic and whatever. Now, as I've already mentioned on my channel before, I am a father. I have 2 children. I do not want my children, who are both boys, to be raised in a world where they are made to believe that because they are white and they are male, they are scum. And in the same guise, I do not want any other race, religion of people to think they are scum because of the colour of their skin. We should now be forward enough as a society to agree with the likes of Martin Luther King, who said that he wants a world where we don't judge a man by the colour of his skin, but the content of his character.
You have to act like you're the moral one. Well, I don't fucking buy that. Fuck you. Next, as for the actual flagging or taking down of Bearing's channel, I had nothing to do with it. I just had nothing to do with it whatsoever because I've never flagged a channel. I'm not interested in flagging. Some people talked to me a while ago about doing a flagging campaign of some kind, and I said, hey guys, just leave me out of this. I have no interest in doing that. But unlike all of you preachy douchebags who are like, everything's about morals and ethics and principles, and I don't believe it is for you. I think that's just hypocrisy and you're just trying to be all high and mighty about yourselves. I don't want to do that because I don't want a flagging war, and I think that will be a big problem because it will just lead to people trying to get vengeance on each other's channels. And that's a bad idea. So, like, Bearing used the cartoon bear from this, shut up, bird. Bearing used the cartoon bear from this, cartoon show, and I think some people sent emails about that or sent messages about that to say, hey, he's ripped off this bear from this television show. And I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want to get involved in copyright. I don't want to get involved in flagging. I have no interest. If you tell me to flag someone, I'll just be like, on virtue, I might want to flag people. But I think it sets a bad precedent just in terms of content creators and fans having the ability to false flag and start wars and lead to a stifling of speech on YouTube. So I had absolutely nothing to do with it. So I don't know why people are moralizing at me about it. It seems to me they want me to be sad that a despicable piece of shit like Bearing got caught stealing something and then had his channel shut down, which is also not a false flag. That could be a true flag. A true flag that I had nothing to do with, but I can't feel sad about that. I'll only feel like, fuck that guy, because what he does on his own channel stifles the freedom of speech of others. And he's just existed solely as this person who makes money from trying to shut down feminists' voices on YouTube. They don't have the ability to have freedom of expression without receiving a firestorm of hate based specifically from videos that Bearing has made in response to them, specifically.
I'm going to take this opportunity in the video just to say, Tim, I'm going to raise the point here. We know that it wasn't yourself that flagged the video, and yeah, I'm going to take what you've said there as true. You've been approached by other people to say, let's flag Bearing's channel, and you've said, I don't want to because I don't want to get involved in a flagging war. Now, to me, that pushes your standing back up a little bit in my eyes. Because while you've disagreed with Bearing's stances, you've disagreed with his methods, you haven't dropped to the petty levels that some people have felt the need to drop to. Because everything in Bearing's channel is fair use, obviously except for the cartoon bear. Now, if you had flagged it on anything other than the cartoon bear, that would have been a bad thing, and unfortunately it's a massive problem here on YouTube at the moment that is being pushed out. I know for a fact the Drunken Peasants are involved in a similar case, the Bible Reloaded are involved in a similar case, so it's great to hear somebody who is willing to say, I disagree with this person, but I am not going to break the rules, I am not going to perjure myself to try and silence their voice. But in the same guise, you are welcome to make videos against myself, against Bearing, against Undoomed, as you've just done. But don't expect it to be absolutely everybody agreeing with you. Don't expect it to be absolutely everybody disagreeing with you. And if you're really that sensitive about people calling you names, get a helmet.
So it's out in the open, it's very obvious, you can just see it for yourself, or you could before his channel got shut down. So again, no leg to stand on in terms of saying, I have to feel bad. No, I don't. But I also know that I wouldn't get involved in that, but I reserve the right to gloat about that. And someone said to me, Tim, if your channel gets shut down or flagged, I'll gloat and I'll laugh about it. Fine, that's freedom of expression, that's freedom of speech, go ahead. Rub it fucking right in until it just burns me.
I just want to take the opportunity here to push the point home, as it were. I disagree with that sentiment. If somebody was to flag your channel down and then people were to rub it in and say, haha, you lost your channel, that is not a good thing. Again, as I've already said, I disagree with what you say, but I defend your right to say it. Because at the end of the day, you have just as much right on this platform as I do. But just be ready for people to disagree. And the same, guys, if there was a case where, I'm going to use you as an example here, if somebody online was to come at me and say I was a member of a group of people who managed to get Tim Demotavatoropinion's channel shut down, I like to think that I would get in touch with you to say, Tim, I disagree with you. You don't hold very many opinions that I agree with, but you should not have lost your channel. This is the name of the people who flagged your videos down. If you wish to then take this to legal proceedings, that is then your choice. Because I disagree vehemently with your voice being taken away from you.
I don't care. That's freedom of speech and expression. You can do as you please. So I gave an opinion you don't like. You don't like my opinion. My demotivated opinion. You didn't like it. Yeah, let's go false flag Tim's channel. Can't you see that that's not ethical, that that's not principled? I have always been principled in the sense that I don't want to flag anyone. I'm not sending off emails or whatever about, cartoon bears and shit. I'm not doing it. But if I think that it's kind of poetic justice to Bering to get his channel fucked up, based on me seeing how he's fucked up so many other channels in the past, do I have the right to gloat about that? Because that's my opinion and I'm allowed to. It makes me a bad person and you don't like it. It's an opinion you don't enjoy. It's not very PC in your circles. Do I have the right to do that? Absolutely, yes, I fucking do. Yeah, I can do that.
Again here, Tim, I'm going to raise the point. You absolutely have the right to post on Twitter to say, haha, whatever. It lowers your standing in people like myself's opinion, but you have the right to do it. Just don't be surprised by the backlash, and don't make videos like this that are basically saying, I mocked Bering for getting brought off of YouTube, and people don't like it, because it's bound to be expected. Now, again, you have every right to make the video, make the tweet, but don't be surprised by the outcome.
But you can't turn around and try to false flag me for that, and then pretend, again, that you've got some moral high ground. You fucking don't.
You're absolutely right there, Tim. If somebody is scummy enough that after that they try to flag your channel down and they feel like they've got some sort of moral high ground, they don't. You're absolutely right.
There's no moral high ground here. And final comment on this, I've received a lot of sort of hand-wringing comments like, I thought you were better than this, Tim. You're allowed to have any view of me that you want. I don't know why people are constantly trying to say to me, I thought you were a cool guy, or you're actually not a cool guy, or you're a bad guy, whatever. What has that got to do with anything, If you feel disillusioned with me because you don't like my point of view, unsubscribe. Absolutely. I hope one day you choose to subscribe again, but I haven't changed. It's just, I have a lot of views and ideas, and a bunch of them you might not like. And I know that's very hard for you, and it's very traumatizing, and it makes you pretty sad that I've got different views than you. But I think we can get through it, and you'll find a way. Like someone said to me, you're being very cocky. Why shouldn't I be cocky when I'm just being inundated with people who are not listening and just trying to find these weird angles to attack me? What do you expect me to do? Oh, great point, yeah. Actually, I just have a problem with his opinion. And that's where I've come from the whole time, even though it's not. And you just never listen to my point, but I'll just agree with you anyways, because I want you to like me. No, I don't care. If my channel doesn't become more popular and people don't like me, that's life. That's fucking life, eh? That's just the system, the dog-eat-dog world that we live in. And if my channel just remains at how many subs I have now, sad day for me. You know? Hopefully one day people will like me more, or maybe I will pander more so that people like me. And then I'll get more views, and then I'll get more money, and won't that be fucking grand? And then I'll just churn out video after video, low quality, shitty drive-by video, over and over again, make a whole bunch of money, and have sycophantic, dick-sucking fans. Yeah, that is the YouTube dream. No. I would prefer to have my principles and beliefs and my own ideas, rather than just walk in lockstep with what other people want so that I have popularity. I have no fucking interest in that. And, I mean, if I had these fans of Bearing on my channel, I wouldn't fucking want them at all. I wouldn't want their fucking money, I wouldn't want their patronage, okay? If you have a problem with all of that, you can unsubscribe, but if you don't mind the fact that I have an opinion that you don't like, you can stick around. Thank you very much, and I'm sure Bearing will come back anyways and go right back to bashing small feminist channels and milking the cash out of it. So don't worry about that. Your precious Bearing will return. And then all of you will get to laugh and joke, and then hey, maybe I'll get false flagged and shut down, and you can just rub it in my face because you're very principled.
Now again, just to push the point here, home here, Tim, I honestly hope that nobody flags your channel, because yeah, I don't believe in what you're talking about in most of your videos. But I believe you have the right to say it, at least. Now, this defensive attitude you seem to have taken, where it's like, oh, Bearing's fans are coming at me, and whatever, you're going a bit overboard in my opinion. People are just simply disagreeing with you, and yes, some people are angry because they are invested in Bearing's channel. You're bound to understand that fact. There are bound to be channels on YouTube that you yourself follow and you yourself are invested in. If they went down, you would be rather upset. In the same guise, I actually agree with you on a lot of what you just said, where you're saying that if people are coming to your channel and trolling you or making fun of you or whatever, who cares? But why can't you apply that same logic to the people that you're talking about that Bearing has made videos about? Why is it that these people, if they are so convicted by their opinion, that they can't just see the video, the trolls coming in, as you would put it, and say, whatever, they don't agree with me, it's sad, they're just wrong. These people can't be as invested in their arguments as you seem to think so. And part of the problem seems to be that within the feminist and SJW community, people don't seem to go after their own. Now, I'm going to use the example that, yes, was brought up by Bearing when he was talking to one of the feminists that was in the collaboration video. Unfortunately, at the moment, I can't remember her name. But they were talking about a video that had been put up by a feminist that was factually wrong. And instead of bringing it to the attention of this person to say, hey, great video, we like the enthusiasm. Only problem is, these facts are wrong. Here are the real facts. Instead, this feminist, and Christy Winters was specifically brought up in this video to say she had also gone to this person's video and said, hey, great video, keep it up. So there's no self-regulation within the community, which is why people get so angry about what you are doing. Now, in the same guise, why is it that these people can't seem to just say, these people disagree with me, they're posting comments, blah blah blah. As long as they're not flagging, I don't care what they do. Now, yeah, I personally would have a problem if somebody flagged my video for whatever, if we simply had a different opinion. But I honestly believe these people should be trying to keep their information honest. So why is it that people like Christy Winters, like Ranting Feminist, that was who it was, I believe, and yourself, don't go to these videos to say, look, we actually know this is wrong. So, again, thank you very much for your time. I hope that this reaches you, and I hope you don't take this as a personal attack. This is quite simply me airing my opinion on what you've been doing on this channel. And to everybody that's listened, thank you very much for your time, guys. I don't know if you would maybe have been expecting a ranting attack on Tim, which I'm not wanting to do, because while I disagree with a lot of his points, I don't see the point in attacking him. Because at the end of the day, as far as I can see from his videos, He does what he does because he thinks it's right. And I can't hold a grudge against somebody who's doing what they do because they think it's right. Now, granted, I don't believe that Tim thinks it's right to have gone to Bearing's channel, Bearing's Twitter, and do the haha, your Twitter, your YouTube got flagged down. But I honestly believe that within his general opinions, within his other activities, he believes that he's doing the right thing. So, thank you very much, guys, and I'll hopefully have another video up soon.